Okay, it's a crazy time in the world. Things are intense. There are businesses closing. There are people getting sick. There are lockdowns around the world. Everything is really intense. Today, I published an article that is very specifically focused with business owners answering three key questions for their businesses today. And it's really important that everyone is realistic about what they're going through. Yes, the entrepreneurial disposition is to be positive, glass half full kind of people, and that's great most of the time. But in this kind of climate, it's really important that we understand the level to which we're being pushed and the things that we need to do to prepare for the next 12, 18, or 24 months. This pandemic is not over in 3 weeks. So I want you to start thinking about three key questions. And the first is, how deep is the damage to your business? And that's a really high level way of looking at the detail. Is it very surface? Is your industry only lightly touched by what's happening? Or are you in the restaurant business and in South Africa right now, deliveries are off, Uber Eats isn't working, and it's not an essential service to be an operating restaurant or bar. That means that your cut is deep. Your business is dire. You don't know how long that's going to last for. Are your staff willing to stay with you? Are your suppliers willing to take a stay on their payments? What is the level, the depth of this pain that you're experiencing? That's the first thing you need to start considering. And to do that, it's also important to pull in the people in your business that are around you. Pull in your co-founders, pull in your staff, ask people that you're involved with, ask your competitors, because now's the time to not ignore that you've got competitors. Let everyone get involved, because we're all going through this together. This is not some isolated time. The further we are apart, the closer we're all brought together by videos like this. So that's the first question. The second question is, how long do you think your industry will be affected by this? Now, we can't see the future. So I'm not saying that you should be thinking, okay, on April 30th, everything will just be better. No, what I am saying is, how long do you think that this is going to be damaged for? Is your business at 90% for the next 6 months? Is it at 20% for the next 12 months? And if it is, and that's what you think is the situation, then tell me exactly how you think you're going to stave off this panic. How are you going to keep yourself alive long enough for this to come out of it? And let's not be naive about this, right? We're not in a 3-week lockdown. This is a 3-week lockdown to see if we get over the virus, and there might be another 3-week partial lockdown, and after that, less and less and less of a lockdown until we're completely open again. But the truth is, this is not something that's going to be over in a matter of days. The breadth and the depth of the effect on your business and your lives as persons and as business owners is immense. Let's not be overly optimistic about the length here. The knock-on effects are vast. And yes, the short term, there is a lot of medical concern, a lot of people getting sick, and a lot of people dying. But the longer term consequences of this are the thing that business owners should be looking at. Do you think that your business is going to bottom out in the next 3 months? And if so, what's the time for it to get back to normal? 2021, end of 2021, 2022? Who knows? So plan and think about how long and how deep. Those are the two things compounded now. How deep is the cut? How long is the bleeding going to last for? And then how do you stave it off? So that's the first two questions. The third question is, what does the recovery curve look like? And this one is really important because I think we are all humans conditioned to think that, oh, we'll get a vaccine and then magic, everything will go back to normal. And that's just not true. The recovery curve can be really immediate and get you back up to 100% the day that things go back together. If you're a restaurant, you open up and boom, you start trading again. Is that even true? Will people rush into the streets when the government says that they can, or they're going to hold their money and see what happens over the next 3 months? Or is your recovery curve a little bit slower, and over a period of 6 months, you'll get back to only 80% of where you were before? Will you ever recover to 100%? And if you aren't going to recover to 100% today, what do you need to do to make sure that that curve gets quicker and quicker and you get back to normal faster and faster? There's also debate around, should you completely dump where you were and go for a new ocean, or should you play in a lake that's getting smaller and smaller? And that all affects how your recovery curve is pushed. So the 3 questions to sum up: how deep is the cut to your business? How long is the bleeding going to last? And what does your recovery curve realistically look like? And that final one, I just want to emphasize that there, in my view, are 3 things you should be planning for. The first is the best case scenario. If everything goes back to normal immediately, when does your business pick up again? The second is the likely scenario. Be as realistic as possible. Talk to your staff, talk to your suppliers and customers, talk to your competitors, and see when they also think the likely scenario will kick in and what that'll do for your business. And then the last is the absolute worst case scenario. And in my opinion, the worst case scenario is this is a 2-year recovery for you to get back to where you were in January 2020. That's where we're at. This is going to get much worse before it gets better. The lockdowns are going to get longer, and it's time for you to start rallying your troops to plan for 3 scenarios for where your business might be in the next 18 to 24 months. If you like this video, please comment, share, like. If you hate it, that's cool. Tell me you hate it too. But let's all engage with one another and see if we can make it through this together.